But I do want to take this moment, Bazalwane, and also acknowledge ukuthi sihlangana at a time, especially because I have not had a chance to see you and speak to you since umhlangano. Sihlangana at a time where isizwe, and I know ukuthi for some people there may be politics of the mind and politics of the tribes in saying yeah ingonyama yamaZulu, and it's okay that too, because we recognize ukuthi we are beautiful in our diversity, and so each tribe has got its kingdom and its own leaders. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that we are all Africans, and these are our kingdoms and monarchs. However you think about them, and I'm not even going to go there now, because some people ask themselves a lot of questions about monarchs in this generation. We have a monarchy, and I'm speaking njengomZulu, sinenkosi, and sinenkosi esithandayo, esihloniphayo, esiyazisayo. Some of the people I work with were quite surprised when I took a day off and we traveled ukuyokhalisa iNdlunkulu, and people said to me, "Are you that traditional?" I said, "Yes." I don't know what you mean by that traditional, but if you want to know, do I recognize and am I Zulu? I am 110% Zulu. Ubukhosi bami. And so ibandla lethu ikakhulukazi ngobuhlobo obukhulu bebandla nobeNdlu kaMqalisi neNdlunkulu, it is something that we cannot separate. We had an opportunity nabagcotshwa ukuyokhalisa iNdlunkulu a day before isilo sitshalwe and before the public memorial service, and we had an opportunity yokukhuluma noNdlunkulu besilo nabantwana besilo ukubakhalisa egameni lebandla. And it was really a heartfelt moment of reconnecting and remembering ukuthi uhlanga lomhlabathi beluyazi sakangakanani inkonzo kamoya oyingcwele, nokuthi libathanda kangakanana abaholi bebandla likamoya oyingcwele. And so I want to take this moment to acknowledge that ukukhalela njengoba kusaqhutsheka kulilwa ngalesi sikhathi ukhalela iNdlunkulu, ikakhulukazi ngalesikhathi emva kokuthi kuqedwa kutshalwa isilo, kubekwa uNdlunkulu wesilo ukuthi abe indlovukazi phezu kwesizwe ezobambela lo uNkulunkulu aseyibonisile indlovukazi ukuthi nesilo ukuthi uyena oyothatha indawo yesilo. It therefore becomes a double blow kithina njengabantu nanjengebandla nanjengesizwe to have experienced the events of the recent past where indlovukazi idunguzele yaze yakhothama in the past few days. I don't know about you, but for me, living in a generation where we have become so westernized, and yeah, we love some parts of the Western culture and the Western ways, and we look up to the monarch, particularly the English monarch, and how they pride themselves in these things. I don't know about you, but this moment for me, when I came back from KwaNongoma, ukuyokhalela iNdlunkulu, I came back with a renewed sense of what it is to be an African. I came back with a renewed sense of what it means to be umZulu. But beyond umZulu, to be an African, these are people that have been entrusted with holding together the little that is left of us as Africans. That doesn't belong to politics. It may not even belong to the church. But these are people that are given the mandate, the responsibility, the pain to hold and carry the little that is remaining of what we are and who we are as Africans. And our duty is to hold it together with them, pray with them, and be with them. Not as subjects necessarily, but as partners in building an African nation, because we know the project that destroyed who an African person is. And so this is a significant moment. Ikakhulukazi ukwenzeka kwakho ngalesi sikhathi, it is a significant moment for all of us that I'm hoping ukuthi we are all taking to heart. And ngikhuluma nabazalwane bebandla kaMoengcwele bonke akhathaleke ukuthi ngokwe identity ungumni, kodwa this is our moment that we are all bowing our heads and saying sehlelwe ukungehli, sehlelwe ukungehli, sifikelwe isikhathi esingafikeli abantu nengicabanga ukuthi ngaphambili asikaze sibe njengalesi. Nengithanda ukuthi njengebandla sihloniphe, ngicela amadoda aphakame sibongele ingonyama neNdlovukazi eseyikhotheme eqeda ukutshalwa khona manje phambi kwebandla. Ngicela baphakame bonke abesilisa. Wena weNdlovu, wena weNdlovu, Bayede. Siyabonga. Ngiphinde ke ngithi ngalesikhathi siyibandla, as we've been observing and praying abagcotshwa bayile on Thursday, on Wednesday abagcotshwa bakwazile ukuphumelela ngenxa yemisebenzi ebenginayo, angikwazanga ukuphumelela kodwa abagcotshwa bakwazile ukuphumelela ukuyokhalela futhi ibandla eNdlunkulu njengoba kudlula iNdlovukazi, baphinda futhi bamkelwa kahle kakhulu. Ngeke ngithi intokozo ngoba asikhathi intokozo, kodwa ngokulangazelela okukhulu iNdlunkulu nomama weSilo okhona njengamanje bebonga kakhulu ukunakekela kwebandla iNdlunkulu ngalesi sikhathi. Bazalwane, ngifisa ukuthi ngithi this is also a moment of learning for all of us and for the nation. And this is a moment that should not be repeated, but it is a moment that we must embrace and immerse ourselves kakhulu kuyona and understand, because hopefully we will not live to see this happen again, but we must be able to pass it on to our children. Njengoba ngishilo eqaleni ukuthi there is context, and when people are led by their motives, personal motives, greed, and other spirits, they will destroy they will destroy context, they will even distort the context, and they will bring up arguments, as you have seen it in our own church, and as it happens in politics and in other churches even. It is more so ebukhosini. So whenever we talk about ukuthi ngithema ngikhuluma nomunye izolo ngithi uthi umbhalo umbuso weZulu uyabangwa, ngithi umbuso uyabangwa noma uyaphangwa nabawuphangwayo bayawuhlwitha. It is this type of a thing that we are talking about. And when we read and we hear from our elders bekhuluma ngeyikhathi of transition, ngikhumbula uma ngiyothulwa esilweni sikhuluma amazwi esawubeka sinqinisa sathi lokudlula kona ngadlula kona akubanga lula ngakho akuzuba lula. And I don't think he understood the full context at the time, because I suppose we've always been shy to talk about these things. But I think what we are seeing today is on a grander scale, and perhaps more so because it's happening in public, whereas in the past these things did happen kodwa bezenzeka ngaphakathi eNdlunkulu kungekho media. And I want to caution the church, as I do with you whenever there are sensitive things like this, ukuthi let us not be part of intlebi, for lack of a better term, abahlebayo. Yes, no one can stop you from having an opinion about these things, and I suppose we can have an opinion because of course bethu. But restrain yourself from these opinions ukuthi ungabe sewudlulela ukhuluma no siyayihlonipha iNdlunkulu njengoba nihlonipha iNdlunkulu yaleli bandla, siyayihlonipha iNdlunkulu yesizwe. Kunezinto engakhulunywa budlapha ngalendlela, And so ngiyafisa ukuthi sonke sibe nokwazi ukuthi sisesikhathini sibucayi okwenzekayo eNdlunkulu khona manje kubucayi kakhulu, kudinga umthandazo, kudinga esingakwenza nekumele sikwenze ukuba singatha ngomthandazo and nokucela ukuthula, especially ukuthi lento number one ingachithekele esizweni, because these things can become wars because people take sides. Ukhona bekhuluma umunye isazi samasiko ethi abantu abaye nganxanye bengamanzi. So people take sides naturally, kuya ngokuthi who's more convincing in the arguments, and in the taking of sides kuya ngokuthi lo nomoya onjani uma ebafaka umoya abantu kuvuka isizwe sonke. So lento esibona sengathi yomndeni ngaphenduka ibe into yesizwe, ebese kuvuka into enye esizweni, and every blood that spills adds to our complex spiritual atmosphere. And so what we need to really pray for, ukuthi this situation can be contained, number one within the family, but number two that it will be tempered down in the family, and that reason will reign and reign supreme. Ukuthi abantu babe nokwazi, babe nokuqonda, babe nokuhlakanipha, and kakhulukazi babe nokuhlonipha okuyikho. Of course biyabangwa, inkosi ayizuhlala kalula, and he knows that himself, and he is ready to confront the challenge that is facing him, as he should, as a leader. This is his moment, and we need to pray that he is successful in his moment. What those of us who still hold it dear, of course, should be proud of and be comforted by is we have a king. And there is no doubt about that. We have a king. And I accept it and I embrace it, and I'm sharing it with you because it is something that is. We have a king. Inkosi ngangaziswa abantu bonke, ingangavunywa ngabantu bonke, kodwa iyinkosi akuguquki. Ukuthi lo owathi ngakwazi ungakazalwa, I chose you. Akuyonto ayikhethayo umuntu umbekile, and he is our future king. And may God protect him, may God shield him, and may God pave the way for him. Umthandazo wethu engicela ukuthi ikhathi zonke kusukela manje siuqhube ukuthula ebandleni elingcwele.